It's so cold, it's like -2 in the UK at the moment, and my hands are swelling up like little sausages. I have to wear gloves and I'm indoors, so yeah. So if you've clicked on this video and you're watching right now, it's probably because you either are thinking about taking LinkedIn more seriously, or maybe you're already using LinkedIn and you want to get better results. Whether it be bringing on more clients or speaking to more candidates, you're probably looking for more information so you can use LinkedIn more effectively, and so you can make 2023 one of the best years ever. So today I wanted to play a little game and imagine if I had to shut down my business today and I had to start again in 2023 from scratch, you know, build a business from 0 to 6 figures all over again, how would I do it? And of course I had a good think about it, and I'm going to share with you the exact steps that I would take. Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3. So the next question is, why the hell would you listen to a random bald geezer like me? Well, the answer is me and my twin brother Ben have had the pleasure of working with mostly recruiters over the last 2+ years, and we've helped them generate over £3 million worth of business on the platform. We've also managed to get our business to 6 figures using just the LinkedIn platform. Okay, enough blowing smoke up my own arse. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, shall we? So if I was going to start all over again on LinkedIn and build my business up in 2023, the very first thing I would do is pick a niche. And it's because the clients that Ben and I have served that have had the best results, you know, by a landslide, are the ones who are specialists. They're people who chose a small slice of the market and decided to become experts in that particular field. And after going through the data and having quite lengthy conversations with Ben, there's a few different reasons why recruiters that are experts in a particular niche tend to get faster and better results on platforms like LinkedIn. And the first reason is you'll understand the market in a lot more detail. The problem with trying to serve every niche or everyone is that your expertise becomes diluted. You kind of understand bits of every single niche without becoming an expert in one thing. As opposed to one of my clients, for example, who only specializes in supplying partners into law firms. Now, she understands exactly what goes on in the world of law firms. She understands what makes a good law firm, what makes a bad law firm, what partners are looking for in their next career move. She understands how to speak to lawyers, what language they use. She also fully understands what law firms are looking for and the types of candidates they're trying to attract. If a generic recruiter tried to go up against her, I assure you they would not stand a chance, because her knowledge of the industry is second to none. It makes branding and messaging so much more powerful to portray her as the best in her field. And the other massive plus of honing in on a particular niche is that we can create content that speaks to a particular audience, using specific language, stories, and case studies that will really appeal to them. This means a higher chance of getting more inbound leads. So that's the first thing I would do, pick a niche and learn the hell out of it. So the second thing I would do is get very serious about posting content and making sure the content I produced was what my audience actually wanted to read. Practically, what does this look like? Well, it's firstly creating a content schedule and writing down the exact days that you're going to post. You can't just leave it up to as and when you feel like, guys. This needs to be written down and you need to stick to it and be disciplined. I would start with a minimum of 3 posts a week, but if I wanted to make 2023 the best year it could be and not leave it up to chance, I would be posting once a day from Monday to Friday. And I would sit down and write all my posts on one day, and I would probably do it a week in advance. So I have all my content ready to go and lined up for the following week. I would also want to be crystal clear on the type of content I'm producing. I don't want to be releasing content for the sake of likes and views. Trust me, I've tried that. Went on for a year and I hardly got any results. I would be researching my audience as much as possible to find out what they're speaking about, what they're struggling with, and what solutions they're looking for. I would do a 70-30 split between business content and personal content. Business content being educating my audience, sharing success stories, and giving them tips and advice. And that other 30% being personal posts, because I want to share elements of who I am as a human and really form a deeper connection with my audience. The third thing I would do if I was starting again in 2023 is I would invite as many of my target audience into my first degree connection as humanly possible. I would do it every single day without fail. LinkedIn is quite a unique platform, guys, in the sense that we are given Sales Navigator, and with that tool you can build up lists of literally anyone you want to speak to on the planet, as long as they're on LinkedIn, and you can start inviting them into your first degree network. And the reason I would be so disciplined and religious on inviting people into my network is because the more of my target audience that I am connected to on LinkedIn, the more that will see my content, the more chances I have of getting an inbound lead, but also the more people I have to direct message. And something I would do differently if I was starting again with the connection process is I would use an automation software. Now, Ben and I used to be massively against any automation of any kind, but as business owners and humans, we live and we learn, and our opinions can be changed. And what I've discovered is that automation, specifically for the connection process, can be extremely valuable and save you hours and hours of time. And as long as I'm getting anywhere between a 20 and 30% acceptance rate, that's great. The last thing I would do if I was starting my business again in 2023, I would be absolutely ruthless with outbound activity, and I would make sure I'm sending the volume of messages needed to start more conversations. One thing that everyone needs to understand about outbound is that it's always going to be a numbers game to a degree. If I wanted to book anywhere between 10 and 15 calls a week, I would make sure I'm sending 10 to 15 messages every single day without fail. And for anyone that doesn't reply to my message, I'll make sure I'm sending a powerful, personalized video. So I could be sending anywhere between 10 and 15 messages a day and 5 to 10 videos every single day. Yes, that might sound like a lot, but if you're trying to make 2023 the best year ever and not leave it up to any sort of chance, then you need to put the work in. That's what I would do.